Hello bombers and welcome back to Week in Geek. I'm your host Dean Abdu, and boy has it been an interesting week. We've got some Star Trek news, some Star Wars news, and that's about it for Star related news, but we still got a bunch of other geeky news stories that we're gonna share with you. This week's show is once again brought to you by the Geek Bomb Patreon, which is just full of all sorts of geeky content. With that said, let's chat some nerd news. Alden Ehrenreich has confirmed that he's signed on for 3 Star Wars films in total. He recently revealed the news in an interview with Esquire, where he quickly realises that it wasn't quite public knowledge yet that there would be 2 more solo films. I mean, we're used to Star Wars films coming out in groups of 3 anyway, so it really wouldn't be that surprising, but Alden may be in a little trouble for letting that slip anyway. Rookie mistake there, Alden. Rookie mistake. In other news, Spider-Man and Marvel fans were gifted with a whole new trailer for Venom, and it actually even had Venom in it, so it was for sure a proper Venom trailer.
We are Venom.
All in all, it'll be interesting to see where this film goes, but my oh my was that Venom CGI on point. A little bit too on point. I've had a couple of nightmares. This week we also got news from Paramount that they are currently working on not just 1 but 2 new Star Trek movies. We already knew that there was going to be another Star Trek film directed by Quentin Tarantino, but Paramount's CEO has dropped the news that Star Trek 4 will be directed by someone entirely different. The studio is currently in talks with S.J. Clarkson to be the director for the sequel to Star Trek Beyond, and that Tarantino's Trek will potentially be a separate series. All of this is just mumblings and whispers at the moment, so it's best to take this news with a pinch of salt. In the gaming world, fans were treated to the full reveal for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which will be the 3rd game in the Tomb Raider reboot series. Shadow of the Tomb Raider will see Lara Croft try and save the world from a Maya apocalypse and finally become the Tomb Raider that she was always destined to be. Moving on from raiding tombs to driving cars, Netflix has announced that it is currently working on a Fast and Furious animated TV series for the small screen. The series will follow the adventures of Tony Toretto in his teens with his street racing buds. Tony is Dom's cousin, and of course it will very much follow the theme of family that we've all come to grow and love. Let's be honest, the films were starting to get a bit cartoony, so perhaps the series could work in animated form. Could do with a bit more Vin Diesel though. At least just a little cameo, you know, get Vinny in, it'll be cool. Just sorted. So do you guys think that the Fast and Furious franchise could work as an animated series? Let us know in the comments down below, and as always, a big thank you to the Geek Bomb Patreon for being our sponsor this week yet again. The Geek Bomb Patreon gives you access to all kinds of extra Geek Bomb content, such as Maud's super secret Instagram account, early releases of content like Fungeons and Flagons up to 2 days before everyone else, and so much more. You can join the Geek Bomb BB community starting from as little as $2 a month. Just follow the link in the description below. With all that said and done, my name's Dean Abdu, and I'm gonna have more nightmares of Venom. See you next week.